Hello guys, how are you? My name is Ajinkya and I'm from the College Kids. That's a new YouTube channel that you're watching this video on. So today we are going to be talking about campus placement. So this is going to be a series about aptitude tests, coding rounds, interviews and all. So we'll get to it, but why campus placement? So I thought maybe do a little bit of research, find out what kind of videos people already have to watch on this topic. So I went ahead and did a YouTube search, and as you can see, all these videos are not exactly helpful. So which is why we came up with this video series where we talk about campus placements. So when I was in my third year of engineering, the seventh semester, that's when most of you all might be preparing for campus placement. I was very much confused. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to study. So there was this lot of confusion about everything. So that is what we are going to address for you today. So let us get started with the video. So before telling about all those things that you should or should not do, let me tell a bit about myself. So during the placement season, I had appeared for TCS NQT, in which I managed to clear TCS Ninja, as well as I appeared for TCS Digital Test. Unfortunately, I didn't make it through TCS Digital Aptitude Test, but I did clear TCS Ninja and was eligible for the interviews, which I didn't attend as I was already placed in other companies. And that too in Global Logic. I went in a pool campus drive where there were more than 1,000 kids and only a handful of people were selected. And thankfully, I was one of them. So I consider myself eligible for giving you an advice or two. So let us get started. So first of all, you need to understand what kind of college you're in, because in campus placements, the college you're from is like it makes like a huge difference. So for that, you'll need to know what kind of tiers do we have. So all the IITs, BITS, and the top NITs fall into tier one of colleges. This is where all the elite product-based companies will go, like Google, Microsoft, and all. Other than these, there are also like n number of companies which will only visit these colleges, like fintech, like JP Morgan or something like that. After that, you have tier two, like all the rest of the NITs, triple ITs, and like good government colleges are there, like PICT is there. So like some colleges are there which fall into this tier two category, and all the private colleges, rest of the government colleges, all rest of the colleges, basically these fall into tier three. Now, I don't think I'm eligible for telling guys from tier 1 colleges about campus placements and all, because the companies that visit, the hiring practices, everything just changes. So let us just focus on tier 2 onwards, and you will be surprised to know how similar the placement scenario is from tier 2 onwards. So let us get ahead with it. So basically what happens is in your seventh semester, companies will come and they'll have some kind of eligibility criteria. Now this eligibility criteria means whether or not you'll be able to appear for the aptitude test that they conduct. So eligibility criteria tells you, like, it's fairly easy for like most of the companies. They'll ask you to have no active backlogs, and if you have been studying even a bit, then I think this is very much doable. They don't ask for no backlogs at all. They just say there should be no active backlogs, and there have been cases in my batch, in previous batches as well, where companies have considered candidates with backlogs as well. So that's not really a big issue. If you are trying to aim for like better companies, then you can have a pointer of around 7 to 8, 9. That's a good pointer, but any pointer above 6.57 should do. So try to keep it above 7. Below 7 is kind of looked upon to. So a pointer of 7 and above should do it for you. So if you are eligible, which most of the kids are, you are now expected to appear for an aptitude test. So what this basically is, type of questions that are made in order to judge your aptitude skills and all. So these questions are fairly easy in my experience in all the companies that have appeared for the aptitude test. These questions will be about time and work. These questions will be about blood relations and things like that. So these are fairly easy questions. Will If you guys mention it down in the comments that you want videos about the aptitude preparation or something like that, then I'll make sure to make another video series or another couple of videos on how to prepare for aptitude, tips and trips, tips and tricks and all. Coming to next, the coding round is there. Now in coding round, you won't believe, but the questions that are asked that are like even odd, palindrome, write a program for Armstrong's number. So these are fairly easy programs. They do not want you to go into recursion or any advanced programming concept. There are no data structure questions. There are no algo questions. The only questions are there which are like fairly easy, first year level, which are taught in CP. So there's that, which is followed by the final round. Now, companies may have different strategies. Most of the companies will have only two rounds of interviews, technical and then HR, human resources. Otherwise, they'll have a couple of rounds of TR, and then HR, like companies like Google, Microsoft, the FANG companies, they have like 7 to 8 rounds of TR, followed by then HR and then MR and things like that. But these companies will basically have a couple of rounds, TR, HR, and some companies will have a managerial round as well, which is nearly same as HR. So yeah, this is the entire thing. Now, along with this, so something that I need to focus on at the end of this video is that eligibility. Do not take the pointer thing lightly. Try to have a pointer that is above 7. From interview point of view, from aptitude point of view, try to focus on the important subject. Speaking in CSE and IT people, you should be focusing on operating systems, database management systems, data structure, design and analysis of algorithms, software engineering. So all these subjects are there which you should focus on. Besides them, you have like TOC, compiler design is there, computer networks is there, network security, some form of ALP is there. So all these things should be like, I'm not saying you should be learning all these things by heart, but you should know the basic concepts of what is OOPS, what are data structure, what is algorithm, and how do we analyze algorithms and things like that. So for aptitude, we should be having like RS Agrawal is an overkill. If you go and solve some questions on online aptitude tests, I think that is more than enough. For programming, you should be doing some kind of competitive programming. I'd say again, competitive programming will be an overkill for typical campus placement interviews. But yeah, if you do CP, then you will be having a fairly good idea about the time complexity of algorithms and things like that. So even though list of programs that I said already, anagrams, Armstrong number, palindrome, all these numbers are all these programs are fairly easy to do. So make sure you revise them before the interview. And for the interviews, the typical set of questions will be asked to like introduce yourself, what kind of projects you have done, what kind of role you're looking into. So make sure you have a personality, and by personality, I mean something that you're interested in. There should be some tech or something that you really are passionate about, and you should also have a minimum level of communication skills where you are able to express whatever you feel in the most clear and the most simplest way possible to the interviewer. So have some projects and make sure it's okay even if you copy these projects, or it's okay even if you take inspiration from someone for projects. You don't need to push yourself to do something very unique, but make sure whatever you're doing, you know each and every nuance of it. If there are like 1,000 lines of code, you should be aware about what each line of code is doing, so that whenever the interviewer will ask you about your project, you should be able to explain everything, because these guys have experience of years interviewing candidates, and they'll just ask you a couple of questions about your project, and they'll know if you have actually done it or copied from somewhere. So there's that. So there are going to be more like more videos on interviews and how to crack the coding round as well. So out of in whatever the content I discussed in this video, so if you liked it, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon, and if you have any specific doubts regarding campus placements, regarding companies, regarding eligibility, so whatever doubts you have, you please feel free to comment down in the comments. section. So along with that, what we have here is this series of videos. So if you want aptitude videos or coding videos next, you should just make a comment that I need this kind of help or I need this kind of videos to see next, and we'll make sure to take your comment into consideration the next time we are making a video. So that's all for today. Thank you so much.